Following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Great to be with you. Hope you're having a good start to your day, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show. And whatever you may be doing, you came off the weekend and behaved yourself. Maybe not. Maybe not. That's okay. We're here now, and we'll make it right. We'll get you on the right path. Got to remind myself as well. So much going on in the news, as always. We'll try to get to some of the leading stories that are trending today, one of which is sad. Aretha Franklin apparently is, it's being reported that she is gravely ill. We'll talk a little bit about that. She's 76 years old, or 76 years old. She's always struck, well, ever since I can remember, she's had weight issues, struggled with her weight. And we'll get into that report. Apparently, some people went to a campground in Minnesota and got more than they bargained for after they went swimming. I'll tell you about that as well. Summertime and people having fun, but ends up sometimes not so good. And then there's a few other stories that are trending. And my guest today is in studio. Fabrizio Zambrano is my guest today all day. and he was, we previewed him last week. We had him, he called in, and I just wanted, it was like a teaser. Given the story on Aretha Franklin that's trending and her weight, Fabrizio can share a thing or two about struggling with weight. And I like to have guests such as Fabrizio to come on to the show, because a lot of the content of the show, there's a lot of theory and there's a lot of practice. And I got to make sure that the theories that we talk about are supported, of course, with research, the data, show me the data, and then I look for living examples that will support the kinds of principles and recommendations that are shared on the show. And he has a very compelling narrative, and it serves one well to listen. And he's not a nutritionist. He's not a dietitian. He didn't get a PhD in nutrition. Didn't do any of that. What I found remarkable about his story is that he figured certain things out on his own that I talk about on the show and encourage the listener and the viewer to embrace based on the science of weight loss and the science of nutrition and diet. So we're going to hear from Fabrizio today, and we're going to invite you, as always, to call into the show, and you can ask him anything you want. And if you have there's something on your mind that's off topic, that's okay too. And Gary's going to tell you how to connect.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Dr. Garko's personal email is drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. Follow us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition. Like our page and share it with your friends. At Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Talk Nutrition, where everything is closed caption. It's archived by date. And we've got over 51,000 views now.
On Facebook.
On YouTube.
Excuse me, on YouTube.
We're averaging about 100 views a day on Facebook. So our social media is just growing.
Yeah, well, there's room for improvement. We'll grow it. Turning attention to Aretha Franklin. Apparently, she is gravely ill. Family and friends, they were reporting that she's surrounded by family and friends. That's not good. That's not good. I have such fond and wonderful memories of her. Her musicianship, she was just amazing. She is a remarkable performer, remarkable musician, remarkable person, never ridden by scandal, and just did what she did best and brought so much joy and happiness to people. She turned 76 in March. She's been mounting a battle against a number of health problems for a number of years. She performed, by the way, last November. It was for Elton John's Aid Foundation in New York. She managed to make that performance. She recently, though, canceled a series of concerts. Well, this was last summer, based on medical advice. And she was not going to be performing at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, which I am quite familiar with because I used to live in New Orleans, because she was not in good health. Franklin's a management team said, quote, Aretha Franklin has been ordered by her doctor to stay off the road and rest completely for at least next 2 months. She is extremely disappointed, they said, she cannot perform at this year's New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival as she expected to do so or hoped to do so. Now, I know that she'd been struggling with her weight for a long, long time. As I'm trying to piece this together, Showbiz 411 reported Aretha Franklin had been battled cancer back in 2010. Now, that had been denied. Her spokespeople and whatnot denied that she was ever diagnosed. And she said, quote, I don't know where the pancreatic cancer, meaning story, came from. She told that to Access Hollywood back in 2011. So this has been out there for a good while. And I'm not quite sure. I don't know if you could find it, Gary. I couldn't find it. Where she is with her health exactly. Looking for a reliable source, because there's so much gossip and misinformation that promulgates when you have a celebrity such as she that is so ill. 2017, let's see here. I'm looking at this one source. I'm looking at a photograph of her where she lost a lot of weight. I don't know if you have that photograph, Gary. It's I can't even believe it's she. Apparently, she lost a lot of weight, and I can see. I mean, she doesn't look good. I'm trying to make sense of this. Well, we'll follow the story. I'll try to find a reliable source about what is exactly going on with her, and I'll continue to report on Aretha Franklin. 877-897-8255 is toll free. Call anytime you want.
I know she was one of my favorite movies. That's the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Great movie.
She didn't go to Juilliard. She didn't go to Eastman, these fine music schools. But I'm just going to tell you, talent like that, she was amazing. I remember the one video of her where it was a black and white, and I forget which song Respect. And she's looking out the window. It looks like she's somewhere in Detroit, where she's from, looking out the window onto the streets. Yeah. Well, she has my respect.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. Back, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. As a follow-up to a story I reported on last week, apparently Monsanto lost that case, the Roundup cancer case, and the jury awarded a $289 million in damages to the plaintiff. It was socked with that heavy penalty in the first trial over claims that the herbicide Roundup causes cancer. When the groundskeeper named Lee Johnson got sick with lymphoma, and the company, their market value fell by more than 10 billion euros. That's $11.4 billion Monday. But they continue to say that Roundup is safe. Well, now you have to keep things in perspective. That's a lot of money. But I remember when I was working on a case, I can't tell you the pharmaceutical company, and I'm a trial and jury consultant. I don't know if you know that or not. I've shared that over the years. And I was working on this case, and my client was this very large pharmaceutical company. I'll never forget the first meeting I walked in. We were in this boardroom, and they're talking in tens and hundreds of millions of dollars as if it's pocket money. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just thinking, oh, my God, this is a whole nother world. And it's the same thing with these chemical companies. It's relative. I mean, that sounds like a lot. It is a lot of money. $11.4 billion is a lot of money for anybody. But, you know, they're not going to be standing in any bread line soon. Now, I don't know what's going to happen down the road. But this goes, the most important point here is that our environment is loaded with toxic chemicals. And I've been saying this for forever and ever, and I'll continue to report on it. There's a story trending this morning about the water being contaminated. That's why I don't drink out of the faucet.
Yeah, I got yelled at yesterday for trying to do that, by the way.
Gary came to the house, and he wanted some water. I said, there's some water in the refrigerator. He was going to go drink out of the faucet. I said, what are you doing? You don't know. Drink it out of the bottle. I don't trust, and I'll report on the story. It's trending this morning. Municipal water supply being contaminated. And the verdict for the verdict was devastating. The trial was an important test case, a test of the evidence against Monsanto, and most likely is going to serve as some sort of paradigm or template for litigating thousands of other claims it's reported about Roundup. They're going to get Roundup all right. Bayer, it's being reported on Bloomberg, and I'm quoting, closed the deal to buy Monsanto for $66 billion in June. Bayer is going to buy Monsanto for $66 billion. Get your head wrapped around that. $66 billion. Bayer, they closed that deal. If the litigation generates, Bloomberg says, large verdicts, it could have a material impact on Bayer's bottom line. Close quote. Now you have a pharmaceutical company buying a chemical company. Right?
That sues farmers if they're saved their leftover seeds. You know that, right?
Well, I don't know. Lord, no, nothing would surprise me. But you see the money and the groundskeeper, Mr. Johnson. You talk about David and Goliath. He took on Monsanto, man. I don't know who Mr. Johnson's lawyer was. I don't know if they had a trial consultant on that case. I'm sure they did. But they took on this monolith, and they beat him. They beat him. And this probably won't be the first, and you're going to hear me report on it some more. Get in touch with the show.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Or follow us or go through Messenger on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition.
So in Minnesota, some folks went to a campground there. It's summertime after all, and you take the family, you got the kids, and, you know, you pack up the cooler, and whatnot, and everybody's it's just going to be a great weekend, a great day, and there's going to be swimming and God knows what, boating and everything, right? It's going to be just a wonderful day. Well, Minnesota Department of Health officials confirmed last week that 3 people tested positive for cryptosporidiosis after visiting Shades of Sherwood Campground in Zumbrota, up in Minnesota. The Minnesota Department of Health officials said that they have identified 72 people with symptoms consistent with cryptosporidiosis, or known as E. coli. Unbelievable. And this is what goes on. And we are surrounded by these microbes, and, you know, nothing you can do. It's just the way it is, and you have to be mindful of it. Shades of Sherwood. They closed it was a hyperchlorinated pool. People still got sick.
Women who are pregnant or planning to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Body Vigor's Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom-to-be with the uncomfortable side effects of pregnancy, like nausea, vomiting, mood swings, and uterine health. Support a healthy pregnancy for you and your baby with Preferred Prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to... Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. Just as a follow-up to what I commented on, so you don't think I make these things up, that toxins really are an issue in our society, in our environment. And now there is a story trending today where toxins are turning up in dozens of public water systems throughout the country. This is a disturbing story. Perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances are called PFAs, are being detected in water. These PFAs have been in production since the 1940s, and there are about 3,500 different types. They've had a long time to develop variations on a theme here. Dumped into the water, the air, and the soil, some forms of this compound are so virulent that they're expected to remain intact, are you ready? You and I would be long gone for thousands of years. Thousands. EPA testing from 2013 to 2015 found significant amounts of PFAS in public water supplies in 33 states in the United States. That's why I told Gary not to drink out of the faucet yesterday. I'm just saying. I'll keep you apprised. Go to the International Agency on Cancer Research, IARC. You'll learn a thing or two. I always do. And look up PFAS. Today, we have an in-studio guest, and I met Fabrizio several weeks ago, came into the station, and I was introduced to him. And we were talking, and a nice man. He was very, affable and engaging. And then in talking with him, I find out that the person sitting in front of me was someone I probably wouldn't have recognized 5 years ago. Why? Because he lost enough weight that would constitute a 150-pound person. He weighed over 300 pounds. The person that was sitting in front of me several weeks ago talking to me was a man who was fit and healthy, no signs of any consequences of being obese. And then we talked about it for a while. And I thought, boy, this is a story you need to hear and a narrative that he can share, and we can all learn a thing or two. His name is Fabrizio Sambrano. And Fabrizio, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to have you on. We appreciate you being here and sharing your story. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Doctor. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
So, poor Fabrizio, he came into the studio, and for the first 30 or 40 minutes, I can't pay attention to him. And he's sitting right across from me. It's like he's not even in the room because we're just consumed with trying to pull these stories together and get them on the air. So I apologize for that.
Not a problem. I understand.
Okay. So, boy, where do we begin? First of all, let's start with how old you are. How old are you?
I'm 55.
All right.
I'm 55 in May.
55. All right. And when you were a child, did you have weight issues as a child?
Yes, I did.
Beginning at what age?
I believe probably was around 7, 8 years old.
7 or 8?
Yes.
Have you thought about, I'm sure you have, in thinking about that, have you been able to figure out exactly how you got on the road to obesity at that age? What was going on?
I did a lot of research. When I started losing weight, I started looking back to why I chose to eat so much. And I found out why. A lot of issues when you're growing up as a baby, as a kid. A lot of things happen in the family.
Get into your mind.
Yeah.
A lot of things happen in your family when you need something to comfort you. And I guess my drug of choice was food growing up. So I was heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
You have to talk into your mic.
I was heavy till about, I would say, 16, 17 years old. And then I lost weight in my teens because I was.
But you started to your relationship with food started to go sideways around 7 years old?
Yes. 7, 8 years old.
Can you recall the kinds of foods you were eating back then?
Oh, yes. Everything that was put in front of me. Everything that was put in front of me. A lot of rice, a lot of Spanish food. I grew up in a Spanish culture, so a lot of animal products, a lot of white rice, a lot of grease, a lot of lard. That's something that we have.
They cooked with lard.
They cook with lard, and not because there's a choice, but because of the economic situation in the household.
Where were you? Was this in Puerto Rico?
No, this was in Ecuador.
Oh, you're from Ecuador.
I'm from Ecuador, and then we came to the United States back in 71.
Okay, so were the meat? What was it? Pork?
Mostly pork.
Mostly
pork and chicken. Because beef, again, it was too expensive.
Too expensive.
So chicken was the cheapest thing to eat as well.
Any vegetables or fruit?
There was some around. But not too much. There was my mother used to cook a lot with a lot of greens, a lot of things like that. But it didn't fill me, so I needed much more.
So, were there? I guess what I'm trying to. What was eating pork and chicken? Not necessarily going to make you obese. I can see the processed white rice for sure. Right. But were there pastries and other things that you were consuming, or was it just the quantity you were?
It was the quantity. It was the quantity because if a plate didn't look like my mountain high, it won't fill me. So it was a lot. And I always was the type of guy who went back for seconds and third. Right. And if anybody in the table, my siblings didn't finish it, I make sure I finish that plate too.
And so you believe you were eating to compensate. You were trying to feel emotionally comforted?
Yes, most definitely.
I won't get into the details as to why that is. I won't get into those details, but apparently something was going on in that family dynamic that caused you to feel what? Insecure? What?
I guess I will probably say not insecure. That came later on, but I think a lot of loneliness set in because of the family situation.
Were you and your other siblings? Where were you at? Because I was the youngest.
I was in the middle, almost in the middle.
How many brothers and sisters did you?
Altogether 5, and we have another brother, which actually is a cousin, but we consider a brother. But it was 6 of us altogether.
Okay. And Gary was the last of 12, so
wow,
both pretty big families. You were one of 5 or 6. You know, the story of obesity doesn't typically begin in adulthood. It begins in childhood and very early on in life. When we come back, we're going to continue our story and our conversation with Fabrizio. There's a lot to learn here. We'll be right back.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
$11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. Oftentimes in life, we find ourselves, and others will find themselves in a situation where they don't fully understand why they're behaving the way they are, why things are the way they are. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. This often happens in the world of obesity. And to shame and blame people who are obese and saying to them, well, it's your fault, you didn't take responsibility, you're not taking responsibility, you can always make the choice not to eat this or that. That is really does not reflect a full understanding of what obesity is all about. My guest today is Fabrizio Sembrano, and Fabrizio has struggled with weight most of his adult life and through childhood, beginning in childhood. And he was sharing that at age, and I asked him about what age did you start to have issues? And he said around 7. And just summarizing, it turns out that around that age, there were a lot of things, a lot of dynamics going on in his family. I don't want to get into all of the details, but he was one of five or six children. And at some point, he felt a sense of abandonment. Now, I don't know if you can remember when you were 7, maybe you probably didn't feel abandoned. Probably some of you had felt abandoned. And that is devastating to a child. Fabrizio, welcome back. So, here you are, you're just a youngster, you're just a kid. And you're having all these emotions, feeling of abandonment, and then that's accompanied by, then loneliness will set in, low self-esteem, insecurity. I mean, it's a long, complicated emotional complex, if you will. Yes. And somehow you figured out what? That food did what?
That food comfort me. Food is comforting. It makes you feel good. And I think that's why a lot of people do it. And that's why I like what you said. It's not about the weight. You can't blame people that are overweight or obese. There's something behind it. Why they're eating so much. It's not because, oh, I like this food. There's something behind it that's making you eat. Mostly it's comforting. I want to feel good. I want something to love me back. And we find that in food most of the time.
You said, that's an interesting comment you just made, and you said something off air. You said food loves you back.
Right.
That's the impression you have.
Exactly.
So it goes back to so in other words, this what I've talked about for a long time on Let's Talk Nutrition, our relationship with food. Right. It was a relationship, and in that relationship, the food was bringing you comfort because you were what? An psycho-emotional discomfort.
Exactly. And food love me back, hug me back, make me feel good. And the more you do it, the more you want. And that's where the key lies. So now I was eating twice a day, but I felt so good. Now I'm going to eat 3 times a day because I need it. So it becomes a drug. Food is a drug. And we got to treat it as a drug. Mm-hmm. It's just like it takes a long time for that to set in. It's going to take a while for you to break those habits.
Okay, we'll get to that. So from 7 years of age, when you were about, how long did it take before you really started to gain a lot of weight and it was visible? At what age were you now? You got chubby, then you got fat, and then you became obese.
I got chubby, I think, probably by the age of 10 till about 16. At 16, I was real big. But then when I turned 17, I started losing weight. But then I gained everything back after I had my daughter. And that was age, I would say, started maybe age 28.
Okay, so from around 17, 18, you lost some weight, and then you got married and whatnot, right. And then you had a family. You had your first daughter.
Exactly.
Then you're around 28. That's 10 years.
And that started skyrocketing.
From 28 on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and I suspect that now as an adult, you were far more strategic about how to get that food and what you wanted to eat. And
Exactly. And one thing that I did, I started going back to my memories. And I started seeing why I did a lot of things that I did. And then I started being truthful to myself and said, okay, you did this because of this. And then I worked, like you said, one win at a time, one small win at a time. And
we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So trying to capture what you were feeling, what you were thinking. From 28 on now, you had a 10-year period where you had lost some weight and lost the weight and were managing, and you were probably a little chunky, but you weren't obese.
No, I wasn't obese at all.
Okay. So from 28 on, when would you say you fell into the category of not just being overweight but obese? About what age?
I would say maybe about 37.
Okay, so it took about almost 10 years for you to become obese from 28. During that time, what were you thinking and feeling in terms of yourself and food? What was going on with you?
I think by that time I was already a parent, a father, and I just totally neglected my health. I was focused just on the kids. I had to get them right. I had to do this for them. I had to make the money. I had to provide. And I totally forgot about myself. And I started eating a lot of processed foods. Since I was working, a lot of processed food, a lot of drive-thrus.
A lot of drive-thru, fast food.
Fast foods, a lot of late nights. Then I was drinking heavy as well. That was another problem. Alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol.
And I was a smoker too.
And you smoked. All right. So you got all this going on, and we have some photographs of you where you had reached where you were at least over 300 pounds. How tall are you?
About 5'8".
Okay. How many children do you have?
I have 3.
3. All right. So you're going through this. You're in your 40s now. You're probably close to 300, maybe over 300, right?
Yes.
All right. There you are there.
I don't.
Doesn't even look like you, man.
Wow.
Compared to now. There must have been something how was your health as you were gaining the weight? What was happening with your health?
Oh, it was going downhill. Oh, yes. I started getting arthritis in my knees, of course, of the weight. Pains everywhere. Always then I started.
Did you end up with diabetes?
Oh, yes. 2007, I was diagnosed with diabetes type 2.
Okay.
And
did you have any cardiovascular issues?
Oh, yes, a lot. A lot. I was taken to the emergency room a lot because I had a lot of heart pains.
Did you have heart attacks?
I had two almost.
Okay.
And it's very scary times.
All right. So that's sort of the dark side of that story. All right. You can appreciate where he was. But when we continue in the second portion of the show today, I'm going to share with you how he found his way through that maze and where he is today. It's a success story.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Figures Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for starting off your day today and your week with LTN, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show and whatever you may be doing. In my conversation with my in-studio guest today, Fabrizio Sombrano, trying to get a sense of, we often, when we're talking about obesity, we're always trying to treat the condition. And you rarely have an opportunity to talk with someone about, well, how did you get there? And obesity is a complicated health issue. It's now considered a disease in many quarters. And it is so complicated. And oftentimes, obesity often will begin in childhood in the relationship with food, a child's relationship with food. And that relationship can get forged by any number of factors that are going on in the family or in that child's world. And in Fabrizio's case, as he shared in the first portion of the show today, at age 7, he had a sense of abandonment. And I didn't experience that. Probably many of you didn't. So, you try to empathize with that. But if you can imagine a 7-year-old child feeling a sense of abandonment, being alone, that leads to all sorts of other issues. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. But, I can read and I can think and I can feel, and you start to see how a child at that age could have a sense of low self-esteem if they're feeling abandoned. They're frightened. They're insecure. They're in this, what do they know at 7, right? This giant world that they live in, feeling disconnected, not belonging, no one to reach to for comfort and safety. And so what does the child figure out? It doesn't take long, either by accident or usually just living their life. They figure out what? Food. Oh, this makes me feel good. I'm comforted by it. And Fabrizio shared in the first portion of the show today, he said, and the food loves you back because it makes you feel good. So you can see that's a child's conception of that relationship. We have many relationships in our life. In my view, our relationship with food is one of the most important, powerful, and enduring relationships any human can experience. Many take it for granted. But that relationship with food at its age 7, it set the stage for him later in life to experience health issues and a challenge that he probably never realized would happen. He already started to gain weight. By the time he was 18, he was pretty heavy. Then he lost weight. And for the next 10 years, he ended up getting married. He had a child. And he was probably heavy, but he wasn't obese. And then at age 28, after his first child, he said, is when he launched into the world of obesity. He's now 55. And he ended up being type 2 diabetic. He had cardiovascular issues, chest pains, heart attack, whatever. And it goes on and on. Never mind the psycho-emotional part of it. So you can imagine, here he is now. He's in his 50s. And that relationship with food has been in place all these decades. And now he's, in a lot of trouble. He's well over 300 pounds. He's sick. He's got arthritic knees. And somehow, some way, as I said when we were ending that first portion of the show, he figured out a way out of the maze. And that's what obesity is. It's a dietary maze to which there seems no escape. So he's our guest today, and we're going to have him continue his story. And Gary, I saw you. I could catch you in my.
I'm just at the.
Go ahead. What were you thinking?
The first thing was acceptance as a youth being heavy. And when I was growing up, you were ridiculed for being heavy,
Right.
and I didn't know because you come from Ecuador if you had the same thing there.
Oh, yes. I definitely had that problem over here in the school, going to school, definitely.
Your
they
classmates made fun of you.
Make fun of you.
Sure.
Too, you brought something to my attention that I kind of put off, and that was when I started getting heavy, my nephew was born to my oldest sibling. And you started talking about abandonment. And then my family started focusing on the grandkids.
Right. And you were the last of 12.
Yeah.
Right.
So, abandonment, it's a concept. For a child, that's a nightmare reality. And for an adult, it is that way too. But a child at 7 doesn't have the psychological wherewithal and know-how to even understand it. Most adults don't even understand it or know what to do with it, never mind a 7-year-old. Fabrizio, welcome back. Let me ask you a series of questions.
Go ahead.
And you can decide to answer or not.
Okay.
Did you feel guilt when you were eating certain foods and whatnot? Did you have any sense of guilt anywhere along the way? Did you ever feel guilty?
Yeah, I did feel guilty because I noticed that I was gaining weight because clothes started not to fit.
Okay.
But the comfort overrode the guilt.
It did. But okay, so the comfort overrode the guilt. But
yes.
Were there times when you were an adult, did you feel guilty?
An adult?
Didn't think about it too much?
I didn't think about it too much. I was so focused on other things.
Usually that's a sign that one has an unhealthy relationship with food.
Right.
Did you find yourself feeling uncomfortable eating in front of others and find yourself eating alone a lot?
That happens, yes. Yes. You definitely go to your room or you go to some place where you're alone so you can enjoy your food. And that definitely happens. Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Did you ever feel a loss or a sense of control?
No, I never.
In your relationship with food?
No, I never had control.
You never had it?
I never had it. You put it in front of me, I will eat it.
Okay, so you had a loss of control.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay. Did you eat? Did you ever, as an adult, I don't know if you did it as a child, in trying to cope with this unhealthy relationship, starve yourself or binge, one or the other?
I think I never starved myself. I binged more.
You binged?
I binged more.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you eat until you felt sick?
I ate till I was very full. If I didn't feel like I was exploding, I wouldn't stop.
Really?
I actually ate till I couldn't breathe.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
You ate till you couldn't breathe?
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
no matter how uncomfortable it made you feel?
Of course, yes, definitely.
Did you find yourself thinking about food all the time?
Definitely. By breakfast, I already thinking what I was going to have for dinner or lunch. Not because I was being healthy-wise, but because I wanted to make sure I ate enough that day to comfort me. Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Did you find that you could you describe yourself as an emotional eater, that when you were very sad you ate and when you were very happy you ate?
Yes, definitely. Most definitely. Definitely sad and happy. Emotions, whatever it was, food was the answer.
Okay.
Definitely.
So you get a sense of that food dominates. Then those, what I was trying to get at, usually those are some signs that you have an unhealthy relationship with food, eating alone, feeling guilty, starving yourself or binging, and so on and so on. What a struggle. But there's a positive light here.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. And you grab a box of cereal and a half a gallon of milk and you go off in the corner and you eat the whole box of cereal. That's what Fabrizio said to me during the commercial break. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. My guest today is Fabrizio Sombrano, featuring Fabrizio on the show today because his narrative is unique to him, but it's not an uncommon one. And they're variations on a theme. But there are a lot of similarities with people who struggle with food and struggle ultimately then with their weight. Obesity is an epidemic. It has been now for decades. It continues to run unabated. And it is affecting the lives of millions, tens of millions of people. Be mindful. 68% of the population, there's 325 million people in this country. 68% is overweight or obese. 1/3 of 325 million is obese. That is a stunning statistic. And you're not going to ever convince me that all of those people got that way because they didn't have any willpower. That is just nonsense. This is a complicated problem. It's a multifactorial problem. There's more than one thing that causes a person to become overweight or obese. When you listen to Fabrizio's story, this started at age 7, man. And he's now 55 years old. He weighed over 300 pounds when he hit 50. Type 2 diabetic, arthritis, because he hit in his knees, cardiovascular issues. And now he's down to
165.
165 pounds. He lost one human being. Fabrizio, welcome back.
Thank you.
So, when did the epiphany occur? There must have been some moment. Do you remember the day?
Oh,
Do you
yes.
remember what you were doing?
Oh, yes.
What was it?
I was almost 50 years old, and I was sitting watching a football game or something on TV with a bag of Doritos and a Diet Coke. And I had crumbs all over me. And I'm sitting in the couch, and I looked, and I had crumbs. I went to wipe it down, and I saw this thing in front of me, this gut. And I looked at myself, and I said to myself, what happened to you? What happened to you? And I got really emotional that day. I was like, wow, and I looked at myself. I'm over here popping all these diabetic medicine pills, eating like this, and my favorite was Diet Coke. It was diet, so I thought it was good. And I just said no. And that day I picked up the phone and I made a doctor's appointment.
How old were you?
I was almost 50. I was trying because it was like in December of 2012.
So December of 2012. So for no rhyme or reason, you're watching a football game, eating a bag of Doritos, drinking a Diet Coke.
Yes.
And you realized that this was not going to work.
Yes,
anymore.
this light went on inside me. And plus, I have a business that I have built for the last 20 plus years, and I wasn't able to do my business anymore. I do marble work, marble restoration, and I got so heavy that I couldn't even work, and I was always dizzy. I couldn't do any anymore. So I said to myself,
hard time breathing?
Hard time. Oh, yes, definitely breathing. I said there were times where I couldn't drive. I had to pull over because I was dizzy. Dizzy. I couldn't. In the mornings, I would try to shave, and I would get dizzy. I have to hold myself in the sink. And the medicines weren't doing it. I mean, my diet wasn't correct either.
Okay, so you go to the doctor. What did the doctor say?
The doctor said, I got my blood work done. Went to the doctor, and she said that my numbers was
Horrible.
My A1C was up in the 9-something and everything. But then what happened was I asked her, what can I do? I feel horrible. What can I do to better myself? I didn't get the answer I was looking for, but she told me, no, don't worry, there's nothing you can do about it.
Wait, no. She said,
there's nothing.
No, she didn't say that.
She said there's nothing you can do about it, but we do have a new medicine that we're going to give you, and I'm going to give you more milligrams.
Wow.
And I went, and I just said, in my mind, I said, no, there's got to be a better way. I got home, and this is the best thing I did in my life.
What did you do?
I went home, I opened my laptop, I went on Google, and typed in how to control diabetes type 2. That's how bad I felt. And that's what changed my life.
Eventually, by trial and error,
yes,
by a little bit of success, maybe probably fumbling along the way,
yes,
you figured out that you were going to, you told me the other day what you started. I asked you, what did you do to lose the weight? You said, I started to eliminate certain foods little by little. Is that what you did?
That's what I did. The first thing I let go.
Can you remember the first thing you let go?
Oh, yes, dairy. Dairy was the first thing I let go.
So no more drinking a half a gallon of milk?
Oh, no. I said, no more. I stopped eating ice cream, anything that contained dairy. And back then, there wasn't much almond milk or anything like that. So, and I just cut it off because I already was tired. I got sick and tired of feeling the way I was feeling.
So you started with the dairy?
Yes.
Then what did you start to cut out?
Then I took pig out of my diet.
Puerco.
Yeah, puerco.
Puerco. So you took that meat out?
Yes.
All right. How long did it take for you to get yourself off of dairy?
Off of dairy, I did it quite overnight.
Few months?
Dairy was just, I made the decision, that was it.
Okay. What about meat? Was it a little harder?
Meat, from the pig, I went eliminating beef, cow, and I actually started eating grass-fed. I tried to eat grass-fed beef.
Okay.
I thought it was a better alternative. But then since I really couldn't locate it, I cut that off too.
So you ended up, long story short, you ended up eating a plant-based diet.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
That's where he caught my attention. I said, what's your diet like? Nice. I eat a whole food plant-based diet. No dairy.
No dairy, no nothing.
All right. Okay, so we're on the right path. We're giving you the prescription. Woo.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Michael Garko, thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will... Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And my guest is Fabrizio Sambrano. Fabrizio is a success story in the midst of all the darkness that surrounds the obesity epidemic. There are rays and beams of light, and he is one of them. At age in his 50s, he decided one day while watching a football game, drinking a Diet Coke and eating a bag of Doritos or whatever he was eating with crumbs, he said, all down the front of him, he had had enough. He was well over 300 pounds at that point and set about to change his life. Went to the doctor. Doctor said, nothing we can do about it, but I have a prescription and we can up the dose on some of the medications, whatever. And he went home crestfallen, saying, I got to do something other than that. And then what he just shared was he started to eliminate foods. The first thing he said he eliminated was dairy. Then he went for the meats. Pork was on the list first. Then he eventually ends up eliminating meat. Welcome back, Mr. Zambrano. So now you figured out that the plants were the key, and you started eating plants.
Yes.
Vegetables, fruit.
Yes.
And you started eliminating all those processed foods.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Was it hard?
At times it wasn't hard. At times I just had to convince myself and say, you're doing this for you. And when I went to make a bad choice, I made the right choice because I know it was for me.
Did you ever have moments where you slipped a little bit?
Maybe once or twice.
Okay, but for the most part, you were having little, but you were looking for small wins, those little successes.
Yes.
And little by little, how long did it take you to transform your relationship, that diet, and your relationship with food?
I went totally plant-based in about a year and a half. The last thing I eliminated was eggs.
My man.
Yeah.
Okay, so so he even eliminated the eggs. What's interesting about what he did, all those things that he did are the things that I have mentioned on the show. He ultimately ended up is eating now a whole food, plant-based diet.
Yes.
No meat, no dairy.
Nope.
No meat, no dairy, no processed foods.
Nope.
It's pretty remarkable that you figured out how to get there.
Thank you.
And you're now 55?
55.
And how long have you had the weight off?
Well, totally maybe about 3 years.
3 years.
Plus, yes.
Do you think you'll ever go back?
Oh, never. Never.
Why do you say that?
Because I also figure out that, like we said before, it's not about the way, it's also the psychological part of it. And that's I started dealing with. As much as I started dealing with the weight, I started dealing with
You feel good about yourself.
Oh, yes.
I can see that. I can see that. I'm on your Facebook page, and I went and looked at some of your photographs. And you look like you're happy. You look like a person who feels good about himself.
Thank you.
It's probably been a long time since you felt that way.
Oh, yes. I really can't remember when I ever felt this good. I can't. That's why it's like, for me, I'm also amazed like where I'm at in my life. I mean, I'm really, really enjoying life now.
It's amazing. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Fabrizio Zambrano is my guest. What he did is remarkable. Given where he was, he had no guidance at all. Zero. You know, zero. All he had was that one moment in December watching a football game, drinking a Diet Coke and eating a bag of Doritos, and he said, I've had enough. That's it. Can't explain it, and from that point, it was no turning back.
But you have to have that epiphany to do something. It's like people that try to quit smoking that really don't want to quit. They don't quit. You know, and
your point's well taken.
Addiction to food, because it's food, you don't feel like you're doing something
You're not
healthy.
committing a crime. You're not committing a crime.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
That's one of the biggest things that I ran into. And it's funny, when I helped Doc move, he gave me a whole bunch of condiments.
Right.
Okay. To try to keep, and I didn't realize, and now, because I don't read labels. I wasn't reading labels. And then he started teaching me how to read labels. And the ketchup. You gave me the ketchup.
Yeah.
So now, my taste now, because I had regular ketchup the other day, as opposed to what he gave me.
Right.
I can't stand a regular ketchup.
Yeah.
Good.
So, you see, it's about discovery.
Yes.
It's about discovery.
Yes.
You had to discover a new relationship with food. You had to rediscover yourself.
Exactly.
And that's why losing weight is so difficult, because your identity and who you are, your personhood, is so inextricably intertwined with that relationship, in that relationship. And, what you did is remarkable, because you didn't have a nutritionist. I wasn't around. There wasn't no dietitian.
No.
You figured it out on your own.
Yes.
Now, you've had your struggles, with your family and whatnot. It's not as if this has been all sunshine.
No.
And
exactly.
It's a giant party.
Exactly.
This has been difficult.
Yes.
And you've even under emotional duress over these last couple of years,
Right.
when things haven't been going so well in certain areas, you managed not to go back and
Exactly.
use food as a crutch.
Yes. And because one thing I learned in life, what happens, we mix everything together. Our home life, our work life, we have everything in a big bowl. And I learned that we have to separate things: our home life, our work life, and our physical life. So I didn't let none of that mixed up. I didn't let what was happening in my personal life interfere with my gym life. My gym life, I didn't let interfere with my nutritional life. We have to learn how to separate things.
He gave me that speech last night. It was about 6 o'clock last night. He gave me that speech last night because I was worried about something, and he basically said the same thing you just did.
Yes.
And
You got to keep things. It's hard. You know, we're all me, you, everybody. We have good days. We have bad days. This is a health talk show, but Fabrizio underscores what this show is about. It's a show about life. This is not about Fabrizio losing weight.
Right.
This is about Fabrizio's life, his life, and he's not alone. I can tell you there are hundreds, if not thousands of people listening and watching this show that are identifying with him in every sense of the word. And he figured it out. So maybe a whole food, plant-based diet, no meat, no dairy is not for you. But maybe a variation of it, which we talk about on the show. We come back, we'll wrap it up. We have one more segment. We'll have the health question of the day. Stick with the plants. Stick with the plants. The plants will serve you well. Vegetables, fruits, legumes, right, Fabrizio?
Right, exactly. 100%.
100%.
100%.
You know, and he has a smile on his face, man. That's great.
Thank you.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Bodyfigures Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Bodyfigures Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Bodyfigures Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
Return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. The LTN health question of the day. We do this every day around this time. And I gave the answer a little bit ago. This is an easy one because I've given this statistic hundreds and hundreds of times on the show. Currently, what percent of the population is obese? What percent of the population is obese? So, the answer that I gave to Gordon is going to be modified, and I'll tell him off air what that is in a second. Is it 25%, 33%, or 50%? What percent of the population is obese? A quarter, a third, or a half? Put it that way. What percent of the population is obese? I'll give you a hint. 68% of the population is overweight or obese. What percent is just obese? A quarter, a third, or a half? If you have the right answer, you'll win a $25 supplement gift card. Here's the number to call. 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. And easy to do. Fabrizio, share with the audience your current diet. Describe it, and I just want to let them hear you. Tell them what you eat.
All right. The morning I start my mornings with fruit. Most of the time I do papayas, mangoes, whatever organic fruit I can get my hands on, and I usually only buy for 3 days at a time because I don't believe in wasting real food. And then towards the middle of the day, I usually have a salad. I try to eat salads, and sometimes I even treat myself. I have buy some garbanzo or lentil pastas, and I use that. Then also they sell some meatless meatballs that I treat myself. If I'm going to do heavy in the gym, I usually have that. And at night, I have my biggest meal though between 1 and 3 in the afternoon. I never eat big meals at nighttime. At nighttime, I usually have maybe a soup and with an avocado. And I love soup. I grew up on soup, so I could do soup all day long. So that's probably around 6 o'clock at night. And if I want a snack, I have some grapes, I have some cherries, I cut up some oranges, and sometimes I even do some cashews and some nuts, things like that.
Okay. So do you eat a lot of legumes?
Yes, I do.
Beans?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. Seeds, nuts, legumes?
Seeds, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of chia seeds.
Chia seeds.
Yes.
Okay. So it's plant-based,
Yes.
Vegetables, fruit,
Yes.
legumes, and so on. Do you eat sweet potatoes?
No, not really.
You don't bake sweet potatoes?
No, I don't.
Yeah, Japanese sweet potatoes are very nourishing and wholesome.
That's what I heard.
Yes. I bake organic sweet potatoes and Japanese sweet potatoes. Different kinds of. Not so much white potatoes. I don't bake those because these potatoes are so nutritious. It's a starch, and it's interesting. A lot of dietitians and nutritionists, I seem to run against the current, recommend that people stay away from the starches. I tend to recommend eating of certain starches. If you're going to get obese on eating a baked sweet potato, then if that's the case, then I give up. That won't happen.
No.
But they are very nutritious and have great medicinal properties to them. I mean, they're a healing food, and I love them. Do you use oil?
I try not to, and the only oil that I really use is grapeseed oil to cook with. Other than that, I try to use as minimal as possible.
Have you ever tried sautéing with just organic vegetable broth? Have you ever tried that?
No, not yet.
You should try that. I thought I would never be able to break away from using olive oil.
Yes.
I hardly ever use it,
Right.
and I don't cook with it. The reason why I don't cook with it is because it gets oxidized. It's a disaccharide, and so it gets oxidized quickly, and you got to be careful.
Yes.
So it's not a disaccharide; it's a fat. It's a fat that the molecules are sensitive to heat. Yes. I misspoke. I got carbs and fats mixed up. Of course, it's a fat.
Yes.
And you have to be careful.
Yes.
It's a polyunsaturated fat, and at a high temperature, it'll be oxidized. If you're going to use olive oil, put it on after the food is cooked.
Exactly.
But I've learned to cook a sauté with organic vegetable broth. I
got to try that.
And I use a lot of spices, herbs and spices. Honestly, last night I made my dinner. Gary had to leave. If he would have stayed, he could have had dinner with me. I put together a nice dinner. I was there by myself, and you know what I said? It's too bad I'm sitting here by myself eating it because this is darn good.
Sometimes I surprise myself too, and I think the best part of this journey is how I reinvented myself and I learned how to cook. And every time I'm like a mad scientist in the kitchen. I take spice, I do this, and sometimes good, sometimes bad, but I enjoy it. Enjoy it.
It's therapeutic.
Oh yes, it is very.
But I was regretful. I said, here I am sitting here eating this meal by myself, and it's so good, and nobody here to enjoy it.
That's how you got to call me.
I'll do that, man.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a joke around here. All right. Let's go to Clearwater, Florida. We can't tell you the joke. Let's go to Clearwater, Florida. James, welcome to the show.
I would say that
about a third. Is that what you were going to say? A third?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, you're right. It's a third.
30-some%.
Yeah, it is. It's about 33%, a little better. 68% of the population is obese and overweight. About a little better than a third now, about 34, 35%. You're close enough. You said 38. You're a winner. Thank you for participating, and congratulations on winning a $25 supplement gift card.
Thank you.
So, Fabrizio.
Yes.
You may think that it'd be hard for me to tell you what kind of impact you. I know this show very well. I know the audience.
Yeah.
And you did a great service to a lot of people today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Because you represent a ray of hope and a ray of light. You demonstrate that it can be done. You demonstrate that it's not easy, and that you can find how can we put it? Resurrection, salvation.
Yeah.
Even at age 50.
Exactly.
Let's Talk Nutrition. This is great.